The views and opinions expressed by the Orc of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, are of my own and no one else, nor do they reflect Beyond Ringside. So, ladies and gentlemen, due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And take two. The YouTube Entertainment Show live Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com, as well as the Beyond Ringside Radio app and Ustream, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. And I know I'm forgetting something. The Win app. What?
Tune in.
Tune in. Damn it, I always forget tune in. Thank you to everyone checking us out around the world. Also on the YouTube replay. We're jumping straight into it this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, my producer extraordinaire and host of Beyond Ringside, Sundays, 5:30 Central Standard Time, right here, beyondringside.com. The Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane. Eddie, how you doing this evening?
I have really got to start smoking a better grade of crack. That's all I can say.
Oh, my God. Okay, Mayor Barry.
Hey!
And sitting to my right, my much better half, you know her as Angie Tessarian, also Angie Nemesis. Angie, how are you doing this evening, man?
A little bit under the weather, so probably won't hear a whole lot from me, but except for my wheezing laughter.
Oh, I know. Lord
as usual.
We have a double header tonight. Two guests tonight for the price of one or for free, depending on your whereabouts. First off, a man that has ran through the month of November. This gentleman, you heard him about a month ago. He come on here, made some very bold statements, and actually was able to back them up. I saw it firsthand this past Saturday. Of course, I'm talking about Peach State Wrestling Alliance. He is the man that took on Mr. Kennedy, Jimmy Rave, and AJ Still. That's the three-headed monster. Die Antwoord would probably make a song about that if they could. He is the man that we all love to hate, Tommy Too Much. Tommy, how you doing this evening, sir?
How you guys doing tonight?
Probably better than you. You have been through quite the month, but congratulations on this unprecedented run. I mean, you have had some of the best matches I think you've had in quite some time, and I have actually been in the ring with you a couple times, sir.
Oh yeah, man. I've had a really good November.
We need to change the name of the month to like Tomvember or something, because Jesus, man, your name was everywhere. You were taking your WrestleMerica, you were in Locust Grove, you were here, you were there, you were everywhere. I got to ask you this: what has been the best moment of this past month thus far? Easy for me to say.
Well, anytime anybody gets a win over Jimmy Rave, it's a thumbs up. It's got to be a thumbs up for that person's career. But I can't say that topped me kicking AJ Steele's black ass, like I said I was going to do. But then I got to wrestle Mr. Kennedy or Mr. Anderson, whichever one to call you that this week, down in WrestleMerica. So, I can't put one above the other.
Well, I will say your match against Jimmy Rave definitely brought you out of your elements. A man that has toured all over this great world that we call Mother Earth. You went toe-to-toe with him and come out the victor. Also, your match with AJ Steele, I think, was right up your alley. You took it straight to AJ. You were able to scout AJ. There was some back and forth. So I think AJ may have went in a little strong-headed, a little bull-headed, and you definitely took advantage of that. That's my perspective on those two matches. Congratulations on getting in the ring with Mr. Anderson, a man that a lot of people I know at one time wanted to work, a lot of people thought highly of, as many people do yourself. What was it like with Mr. Anderson for those that have not been able to work on an event with him or seen him live?
Well, Mr. Anderson, that turned out to be an accident. I had no clue. I think I was scheduled to wrestle Tyson Dean, and I believe Micah Taylor was scheduled to wrestle Mr. Anderson, but he canceled for another show, from my understanding. Well, they had thought that they would try to bring in Jimmy Rave to take Micah's place. However, Jimmy had just accepted another booking that same day, 30 minutes before the phone call, so he was unable to do it. And Rick Michaels was like, I don't understand why you people are panicking. We've got Tommy Too Much. So that was how it came about, and Rick sent me a message and said, you're working Ken tonight. And I responded with, well, who the fuck is Ken? And he said Anderson. I said, who the fuck is Ken Anderson? I don't know that motherfucker's name. I don't watch wrestling like that on TV. Whenever they say, of course he was going over, he's a WWE superstar. And he's like, well, I'll hit you with my finisher. And I was like, well, what is your finisher? And Tristan Michaels, the referee, liked to run up out the dressing room screaming and hollering.
Oh, Tristan.
Well, hell, I didn't know that motherfucker's finishing maneuver.
Well, I've run into that before. I will say this. I've run into that several times where people will tell you their finisher and they'll give it the name that they call it. And you're like, what the fuck is that?
Right. Yeah, what's your finisher? Oh, it's the mega cat down. Okay, well, describe it. Dude, you just described the DDT, you motherfucker.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Why
Exactly.
not call it a DDT? Now, as the Jimmy Rave thing, Jimmy's Jimmy. This was my first time ever being in the ring with Jimmy. But I've watched Jimmy. I actually helped, Jimmy Rave out when Jimmy Rave was training with some of the high-flying stuff that I used to do. And so I've known Jimmy since the very beginning. Now, I don't take any credit whatsoever from what he's done, who he is, where he's been, and the man that he is. But I give Jimmy Rave credit for being the very best wrestler, in my opinion, in the southeast of the United States from the people that I know. Now, I'm not saying that because he's the best spot wrestler on the planet. I say that because Jimmy Rave can get in the ring with somebody like Kyle Matthews or Cedric Alexander, and they can put on a show, or he can get in there with an old-ass, wrinkled-up sumbitch like myself and make me look good. So Jimmy has no style. Jimmy's style is I can do everything. So it was a real pleasure getting in there with Jimmy. And as for the AJ thing, he and I worked that angle so well that Shane Knowles had other workers from other promotions, and even a few that actually were working Peach State sent him private messages wanting to know if AJ and I actually had real heat. They thought we were serious.
That is amazing.
Tommy's like, Wicked, come here. And he fucking hit me up with that. Like, first thing, I was like, oh my God.
That is amazing.
That fucking decal on your chest did not stay long at all. Boo that decal.
Oh, I got it. That America, she picked it up for me, and I managed to get it back. Now, I used the strongest double-face tape I could find to put that decal on, and I was fucking with AJ in the back and told him, this decal's not coming on. Well, after about 13 chops, that bitch fell off. It actually didn't fall off. It ran up off of my chest, screaming and hollering in pain.
I had to say, that damn thing went from a spider to a daddy long legs in 3 seconds.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but when I walked out there, it was 3 inches thick. When it came off, it was about a millimeter.
That thing was hammered out.
It was hammered for real. Like goddamn John Hinckley is out there on the fucking railroad.
But he hit me so hard, I've got a Superman tattoo on my bum.
Might want to get that looked at with some kryptonite. I know a lot of people, the Nerd come out this past Saturday. You had Spider-Man gear on, but had a Venom emblem. Would you please address that to all the nerds out there?
Yeah, I did that because if you was a nerd, if you was part of my team, then you understood that I had the wrong Spider-Man. And if you didn't, recognize it, then fuck you. You don't know nothing anyway.
And there you go.
There you have it, folks.
I was like, why are y'all fucking asking me this question? Tommy's right. Ask Tommy.
Okay,
God.
I got to say this, though. Dude, you've had Superman, you've done Spider-Man. If you come out on the 29th with Green Lantern, I'm going to be pissed because I can't be there.
26.
Dude,
26.
look,
That's 26,
Michaels is supposed to be making. Look, y'all don't understand. The superhero was supposed to be a gimmick that I was going to do. Okay, and what was going to happen is I would come to the ring wearing generic black trunks. Okay, that was all I was going to wear. And the whole time I was in my generic black trunks, I would get my ass handed to me. But if you accidentally fucked up and let me get under the ring or in the bathroom or in it, and I managed to get back to the ring with my superhero trunks on, then I was gonna whoop your ass. So literally, in the black trunks, I was the monkeys, and once I had my damn superhero trunks on, I turned into the Undertaker.
That's great.
But I always see it more as a tag team than an individual thing, because I ain't got time to be climbing up under the ring, changing my underwear yet. Y'all know I have a problem keeping shit in the front of my underwear tucked away. I don't need little fat women looking under the ring at me.
Also, during this time, you also got to squeeze in a little bit of NWA Atlanta. I believe Johnny Nix was your opponent. Thank you, Eddie. Back on November 14th. What's it like working on the schedule, and when does the stand-up comedy come back?
Well, I was just the comedy's coming back strong as soon as Rick Michael is finished with me. I do the Rick Michael shows, which consists of, which in my personal opinion are the three best shows in Georgia, which is the WrestleMerica, which is the NWA Atlanta, which is Peach State. And I basically got told by Rick Michaels Saturday night that he wasn't going to be finished with me for a good while. So, but when you're doing one show or sometimes two shows a weekend every single week, it doesn't leave much time for the comedy. And plus the fact that, the company that I work for, I'm the only investigator they got in the state of Georgia, so I'm pretty busy all through the week.
And since you just said that, have you got to watch Jessica Jones?
Have I got to watch who?
Exactly. See, my man's a private investigator. This is Magnum fucking PI. He doesn't have time to watch Jessica Jones.
Man, if it's not involving some kind of Marvel or DC comic book hero or something like that, or The Walking Dead, yes, I'm a Walking Dead faggot like everybody else. I really don't know nothing about it.
Okay, well, that's what I said. Jessica Jones on Netflix.
Yeah, man, but that's a woman. Ain't no woman supposed to be no superhero. I don't have Netflix. I don't know nothing about Netflix. I got money. I pay for cable.
Oh, Lord. Oh, cable. Oh, Stone Age. Tommy Too Much.
Oh, I forgot we had this conversation.
Yes, we had
before.
this conversation the last time he was on. Eddie,
I ain't got time to be downloading shit before I can watch it. I want to click the channel, flip through it. There it is. It's done. DVR, bye. I'll come back later.
Eddie.
You asked about the Johnny Nix in NWA Atlanta. That turned out to be a pretty good kid, man. He really did. He's real fast. You need somebody like a Michael Stevens or a Shane Marks to get their hands on him, slow him down, and teach him a little bit of the psychology. And it's not all high spot after high spot after high spot. You gotta learn how to make that stuff mean something. But he's extremely talented, and I actually got him a shot on an upcoming Peach State show. Rick Michaels told me that he'd give him a shot at Peach State to see how the fans took to him. So I gave the kid 2 thumbs up, but he needs somebody to slow him down.
Well, definitely
So,
Shane.
but it was a real pleasure working for him.
God, Shane Marks is amazing. Eddie.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, and actually a perfect lead in on that, because when you're dealing with somebody that you're working for the first time that you haven't had a chance to do that much recon on, when you start seeing them going for that particular run as far as the styles go, Do you not just want to go ahead and just go out to the corner, pull up a stop sign, and smack him on the head with it and say, read the sign, slow the hell down?
Okay, well, I have a philosophy. Who are you compared to me? That's my philosophy. If you're not whale shit in the bottom of the ocean, then I ain't listening to what you say. Johnny Nix is brand new in the wrestling business. So I didn't give a shit what he had to say. He was gonna do what I wanted to do. Now, even though I've been wrestling longer than Jimmy Rave, we're talking about Jimmy Rave. You know, so in the back, I told Jimmy the exact same thing I told Mr. Kennedy. Who am I to sit there and tell you anything? You tell me what you want me to do, and I'll do it. And that's pretty much what happened with the Mr. Kennedy, Mr. Anderson, and the Jimmy Rave matches. I understand AJ Steele extremely well, so he and I really didn't have to say nothing anyway. It's a pretty standard match. He's 285 pounds of muscle and monster. I'm a loudmouth. I'm going to go out there and get my ass beat, and then I'm going to figure out how to beat you. That's the philosophy with AJ Steele. Jimmy Rave, I never worked him before, but this is Jimmy Rave. This is Mr. Japan. This is TNA superstar. This is Jimmy Rave. He told me what he wanted, and I did it. We're talking about Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson, WWE superstar, TNA superstar. Do what he wants. Why not? Who am I? And that's how I handle stuff like that. It depends on who they are to me or what they are compared to me. You know, if I see them as above me, like I do Jimmy Rave and Mr. Anderson, you know, I'll do what they say. If it's somebody I see on my level who's got my same understanding, like AJ Steele, we're going to figure it out. Somebody brand new into the business or somebody that's got lucky and got on Peach State and they're used to working them shit shows down in South Georgia, well, they're going to do what I say or bye.
Got one other one for you real quick. In this day and age, and I want to come over to the comedy for a second, what is your favorite topic to really hit on when you're doing stand-up, and what is one of your least favorite topics to hit on doing stand-up?
Oh, well, I like talking about Jesus. Jesus is because the crowd gets so offended. And then you can tell the real people who understand comedy versus somebody who is there to laugh at things that they think they're supposed to laugh at, you know. I want somebody to tell me why they believe that two penguins walked their little ass from Antarctica to the middle of the desert and got on a boat when there ain't no water around it. Why do you believe that? You know, I like doing comedy about the religion thing, you know. I think I told y'all about me getting my wallet stolen last time. I like doing comedy where people think I'm about to call a black man the nigger, and I turn around and I flip it. And I don't actually talk bad about the black guy at all, but that's where they swore down I was going to. You know?
But that's
my least favorite thing in comedy to talk about. Man, as long as it's offensive, I'll talk about it. I don't care. Pretty much anybody that knows me, whether I'm in wrestling building or whether I'm in a gay bar with Simon or whether I'm in a spiker bar with Stoney or whether I'm, you know, backstage or whether I'm on the stage or whether I'm riding down the road, pretty much anybody knows if it comes into my mind, it's going to come out of my mouth. I don't care. If you find it offensive, well, I ain't the one with the problem. I didn't offend myself. You know, so, I mean, to me in comedy, nothing's off limits unless you take it serious. You know, and then if you take it serious, why in the hell are you at a comedy show?
And isn't that the message we should all take from everything? Don't take everything so frickin' seriously. Learn how to laugh a little.
Man, look, I love comedy way more than I love wrestling. How about that? And don't get me wrong, I like wrestling, but I find a lot of shit about wrestling to be silly and stupid. You know.
Yeah, go right ahead. Please expound upon that.
What's that? What I find in wrestling to be silly and stupid?
Yeah, because, look, it's funny you should say that because tonight we are going to start a segment called And So It Goes, where we're going to have user submissions of shit that should not be in wrestling. stupid shit that happens each week in wrestling, and we're going to talk about it and have a little segment right here. So please, the first entry, and so it goes, shit that should not be in wrestling. Tommy Too Much. Go for it.
Thinking you actually won a match. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't beat AJ Steele. And Mr. Anderson didn't beat me. Why do you people take it as though you did? It's predetermined, motherfuckers. Do you actually think I was able to throw AJ Steele across that damn ring? No. I was arguing one time with this douchebag on Facebook who was bragging that he was in some tournament and he beat Kyle Matthews. No. Kyle Matthews was fucking double booked somewhere and he was 1 and gone, and that's why you let your ass beat him. He let you do it. What brag? Why are you sitting there telling me that you beat somebody that put his own shoulders on the canvas and stayed there?
That is awesome. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's exceptional. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's stupid for folks like Gary the King Lawler to show up at a primetime wrestling show in Columbus and act like nobody else in the dressing room with him.
Nice.
Dude, you're in the same dressing room we are. I don't care that you work for the WWE tonight, you're working here.
Yep.
Yep, and that's exactly how you have to treat people, man.
Everybody
I
puts
tell
their
everybody,
drawers
you
on
may have
one
been at
leg
the
at a time.
top. You may have been at the top, but now your ass is right here at GCW and at Peach State with me, changing in a little fucking locker room. And guess what? I'm probably getting some more than you.
That's right, Wicked Nemesis. Wicked, you're one of the best people I've ever heard on the microphone. You really are. You know, and you have a way to get the crowd pumped up. So there's a good chance with Wicked being the top babyface manager right now at Peach State and Tommy Too Much being the most hated heel, there's a good chance one day you and I are going to be standing on the opposite side of the ring. Why am I going to go on Facebook and cuss your ass out?
That kills me. That is one thing that really bothers me. It's when people you've been talking and friends with, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we're wrestling against each other. Let's talk shit. That's one thing I'll say about Joshua Hagan. I'll say a lot of good things about Joshua Hagan, but we completely played with the fact that we were friends. Yeah, we're in this match, but it's wrestling. Like, why? I don't know, but yeah, I agree on that.
Dude, I thought it was a real honor and pleasure to wrestle Mr. Kennedy. I took a photo with him after the match was over. And I want one of you people to tell me what that photo looked like.
Never seen it.
Come
Never
on, get
posted
out.
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I didn't post it. I was out there trying to kill him. I spit in his face.
Exactly.
It is not on Facebook. That shit is stupid.
Preach.
Oh boy. Well, before we let you go, sir, I have to ask you this. You've been on a lot of shows, a lot of events as of recently. Anyone that has stood out in your mind, possibly someone that needs a break, maybe somebody that you could speak up for, somebody that you've seen that's caught your eye?
Man, other than me trying to help that Johnny Nix kid, I can't really say because I don't associate with too many people. I associate with Stony Hooker, Simon Sermon. If I can get Rick Michaels on the phone, AJ Steele. I think AJ needs to be if I have to go with anybody, I think AJ Steele needs to come on over to Peach State and then start showing up at WrestleMerica. You know, I don't know if you guys realize this or not, but I forgot to tell you this, but when I made my entrance to the ring to wrestle Mr. Kennedy, the whole building started chanting AJ Steele. He wasn't even on the show.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
Ow.
Okay? This man was 2 hours away somewhere else. He wasn't booked on the show. He wasn't advertised. I bring my pale little white ass out to that ring in my rainbow-colored zebra print gear. I got the NWA Georgia Heavyweight Championship raised up, and everybody in the building starts chanting AJ Stevens. That was 7 days after our match at Peach State, and after all those "I hate your guts, I hope you die" promos that we did on Facebook. Now, I don't know what you guys' opinion are, but if I've got a crowd of 300 people chanting for the opponent that I wrestled a week earlier, 2 hours away, I think we did something right.
Did.
Absolutely.
So,
Look.
if I have to say, if I had anything to do with it, I would get AJ Steele to be a more active member at Peach State, and I would get him on that Wrestle America show for Luke Gallows.
Do me a favor. Let me jump in for 1 second. I'm going to talk about that steel match for a second. Also, this past Saturday over in Carrollton, I've had when Shane and I first discussed me coming over to do some of the commentary for some of the DVD releases. I jumped at the chance because I'd been to a couple of shows before that and have really enjoyed it. I just want to say from me to you, no BS, no smoke, just straight up. It was fun being able to call your match with AJ and your match with Rave. I really appreciated both of those matches.
Wow, man, I appreciate the compliment. Larry Goodman, he gave me and AJ real good props on his write-ups, and he didn't really enjoy the Jimmy Rave match. He just said it was okay because he was able to recognize the old school versus the new school, but he also recognized that even though we were both different in styles, we made it work. You know, Jimmy's popularity as a face, my being loathed as I am as a heel. I mean, you know, and we could have went out there and just laid down in the ring, and the crowd still would have said something.
Agreed.
So, and then Jimmy is such a professional that it's easy to work with him. I mean, you heard what he did after the fight on the 7th at Peach State, right?
Which part?
But you know about the fans fighting?
Yeah, I was there. It happened during the tag match.
Yeah, it happened during the 6th match, right after mine and AJ.
Yeah.
Apparently, because one of the parties involved actually hit me up on Facebook, tried to hire me and wanted my services to try to, and I'm like, no. You know, she wanted my PI services, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Well, basically the fight got started because somebody's little boy who's supposed to be ADHD or autistic or something like that had a laser light, and then they took this other group took the laser light away, and the two women got to arguing,
Yeah.
and then they got to fighting, and then some dude that's supposed to be a worker at some other shows, he actually hit the other girl in the back of the head. And, well, everybody knows that story.
Yep.
Well, Jimmy Rave went out there and got this worker, this kid, I'm not going to call his name, and brought him to the back and basically chewed his ass out and made him apologize after explaining to him how he disrespected Shane Knowles, Rick Michaels, and all the workers in the back because he's supposed to be a worker. And yet he's doing that kind of behavior, and that's the kind of man that Jimmy Rave is.
Well, see, also, that individual is known at a couple of other promotions, one that I'm very closely affiliated with, and in my humble opinion, he also disrespected and disgraced those promotions as well.
Well, if it's a professional wrestling show in the States, he basically disrespected all of them.
Okay.
All he proved was that he could not handle a stressful situation in a professional manner.
Right.
Well,
That's all he did. Now, my mom is the biggest redneck in the state, and I've been in the bar with her, and she's been known to get into fights with other women. And I never punched the other woman in the back of the head because she was fighting my mother. I just kind of got in between them and tried to stop them from fighting. And if that's what this kid would have done, fine. But that's not what he did.
Right.
You know, and Jimmy Rave, being the professional that he is, he handled that situation. He basically gave that kid a verbal ass whipping and taught him a lesson, punished him, made him apologize, and in my personal opinion, probably saved that kid's reputation in the future. Because
man.
Jimmy Rave handled it. He dealt with it. He punished the kid, and then boom, everything's been done. You know? So,
yeah, we
that's
went
the
into
kind of man Jimmy Rave is.
we went into great detail about that very incident on this show, and I let loose on him. I called him out by his name, and
Funnily enough,
yes.
Jimmy Ray was
Yes.
the second person that got to him, not the first.
Yeah, everybody thinks Jimmy Ray was the first to get to him. No. I was the first to get to him, and I told him what I would do. What I would do if I was him would go and apologize because Tommy, 2 matches before that, Shane Knowles and I were standing there talking about, what had taken place earlier in the night, and he came up and begged for a job, come and begged for a place. And I told him he'd come up 2 matches before that and begged for a place. But yet, Donnie Primetime and Britt Jackson struggling to get on a show, trying their damnedest to get on that show, he just fucked that match and shit all over it. Because those were 4 young and hungry guys in that tag match that happened. I was standing right there with Shane by the door when it happened because we were watching the tag match. We were excited to see the tag match.
Yep.
So yeah, and I told him I didn't make him. Now Jimmy went and got him. Now there's a difference between Jimmy Rave and myself because I told his mom that too because his mom wanted to say something to me. But I never dog cussed him. I cussed, and you know how I am. I'm like you. I'm old Tommy too much. I'm like, God damn, motherfucker, you should have went over there. But I told him, if I was you, I would go and shake hands and apologize to each and every person in that entire locker room, starting with the 4 guys in the ring.
Yeah. Well, that's what pretty much what Jimmy Ray made him do.
But that's what should be done. That's what should be done.
Yeah.
He's like, man, if you and Simon hadn't been there, things may have been different. I was like, there are 2 fucking private investigators in this motherfucker. I'm going to stand here and I'm just going to tell him. And I made his mom listen to it. Because I was like, is that your sister? And he said, it's my mom. I said, holy shit, you're young. And I just went off. But I tried to do it in a respectful manner. But those are the type of guys that do not need to be in our business. Plain and simple. I don't give a shit how good a kid he is. This entire landscape of our business, Tommy, you know this, are littered with good people that never amounted to anything, that never made money. Because that's what it boils down to. It boils down to making money for someone where they can invest in you. You're an investment. I'm an investment. Eddie's an investment. That's just how this business goes. We're all investments. And you have reaped the dividends. And you have reaped the benefits for this month. And congratulations on that, sir. How can everyone get in touch with you, whether it be for bookings, hate mail, fan mail, etc.?
Man, just Facebook. Everybody knows I got it.
There you go.
I'm not quiet on Facebook.
Oh, no, and please don't stop.
He's probably not quiet.
No, I won't.
Do you talk in your sleep?
No, I do not.
Oh, yes, he doesn't talk in his sleep. Tommy, thank you so much, sir. I do appreciate you coming on. The door is always open. When's your next event, sir?
I've got NWA Atlanta, December the 12th. I've got Wrestle America in Griffin, Georgia, the 18th. Wrestle America in Barnesville, Georgia, the 19th, and Peak State Wrestling Alliance on the 26th.
Tommy, thank you, sir. Tommy Too Much, everyone. Go out, support local independent wrestling. Tommy's got his nose to the grindstone. Thank you once again. We're about to take our first commercial break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to talk about what else we have upcoming for the show tonight. Big surprise. The YouTube Entertainment Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Hey, this is Stan Grubb for Wrestle Rage Radio right here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for myself and Smart Rage as we discuss the professional wrestling business from WWE, TNA, and all things in between. We'll have an interview here or there. We'll see what we can do to just keep you entertained. And along the way, we're going to have to bring up some emotion and make you think. That's what we like to do. So join us here on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll see you at Wrestle Rage.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
The Mad Dog's House of Pain, the only nationally licensed pro wrestling school in the state of Alabama. Mad Dog Dan Sawyer, trained by the Junkyard Dog, will be your trainer. You want to be a professional wrestling superstar? Learn from GCW's own Mad Dog's House of Pain. With over 22 years experience, learn from the Mad Dog's House of Pain. 205-567-6482. Start your career today. Call 205-567-6482.
I'm Little Teapot, short and stout.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
No, Dad, like this. When I get all steamed up, then I shout, tip me over and
pour me out. This is WWE superstar Roman Reigns. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Visit fatherhood.gov, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
2010, after 2 years of constant bullying, 11-year-old Ty Smalley took his own life. In the past 7 years, more than 55,000 children have taken their own lives due to bullying. That's 22 youth suicides every day. Stand for the Silent is a grassroots organization that educates people about the harsh reality of bullying and the devastation it causes, and they need your help. Visit standforthesilent.org to learn how you can get involved and help us to save lives.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent. I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I stand for the silent.
I'm Roddy Piper, and we stand for the silent.
Wrestling Wednesday, the To Be Determined Show Live. We're playing on a higher level of chess right here, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, BeyondRingside.com, Beyond Ringside Radio app, and several other outlets. Too many to mention because I'll forget one, and Eddie will make sure that I'll remember it. Angie and I were talking today. We were talking about all the nicknames that I've went by, and it is insane. Not given the name that I was born with. All the monikers and stuff that I've had throughout wrestling. And I want to ask you, Eddie, what monikers have you come up with, and what monikers have you had in wrestling?
Oh, in wrestling? The original nickname was the Continental Lover Eddie Richard, and when everything else was put into place, I'd been the Magic City Motor Mouth Fast Eddie Lane for years. Trying to think. As of late, of course, I think we came up with hashtag human verb, all of the above, and we managed to turn my name into a verb. We'll go with that. Other than that, really, I've kind of stayed away from some of the from getting too many nicknames.
Well, I have, as I've forgotten it, and all of a sudden it's rushed to me today in one song. The Verbal Starburst, the Lyrical Expert, Mr. Terminal Intent, the Oracle of Ominous, the Architect of Intellect, the Wicked Nemesis, and Enoch Tessarian.
And the Necessary Evil.
Sir?
The Necessary Evil.
Yes, that's the new one. The Necessary Evil. Thank you to Angie, because Angie's the one that gave me that in real life. So you're Necessary Evil of life. So that's how that came about. But yes, the Necessary Evil is something that we've been running with at Peach State, and for the obvious reasons. By the way, our other guest this evening, we'll go ahead and, since we buried the surprise, our guest this evening coming up very shortly, a man that has many monikers and many nicknames, but you know him as the Reverend Tubby Thunder, live on Beyond Ringside. It's been a long time. I know he's been all over the road. He's been all on the road, so I'm sure we'll hear a lot about it. We're going to talk to him about And So It Goes, the shit that should not be in professional wrestling for this past week, and probably more. We'll also talk to him about Peach State. We'll talk to him about GCW, and we'll talk to him about other going-ons in professional wrestling live here this evening. But back to nicknames. I know we all had several nicknames growing up, but I think the fact that a couple or two of us go by names that are not our birth names are amazing, and we'll leave it up to the two that know. One of them's me. So that just says a lot about the fact that you can get over it. Nobody has any fucking idea. No idea. No idea.
Well, now they do.
Well, now they do because this is live. But I'm sure Eddie will edit all this out. It'll all be reversed. You'll have to listen to it like a Beatles album. You sound like the Swedish Chef. But thank you, Tommy, too much for coming on. Eddie, this past Saturday at Peach State, wow, a lot to cover. First off, Shane Knowles victorious over Simon Sermon. Your thoughts on this match?
There have been so many different directions that feud could have gone, and there's still so many things that can be done on that one right there. I don't think we've seen the last of it. For Shane Knowles to get that win with no outside interference whatsoever, I didn't see a damn thing. Although I know the law of gravity works specifically well in that moment.
My hand hurts. Yeah, God, my hand was double the size. Like just 2 hours after 2 hours after it happened, by the end of the event, my hand was swollen, and the next day it was double the size. And I've broken my hand several times in fights, but Simon Sermon's boot and Shane Knowles' body weight and Simon Sermon's body weight and me pulling down on it just didn't click with my hand.
Yeah, and of course, I'm sure you've gotten a lot of people asking you about your bruised rubs.
Yes, I said rubs.
I know. I told him I was going to make a post to say, no worries, everybody. His rubs are perfectly fine. Yes. His ribs, however, are kind of damaged. So
there you go.
The rubs are all good.
Yeah, and I didn't even know because my phone will change. If I say you, are you good? It'll say I are good. It's just, I feel like I are bad.
Well, you were concussed a little. So, it's happened.
Concussed, actually took some medicine for my hand. That's what the heck it was.
All of that.
Yeah, but the chair shot is what did the damage the most. Simon Sermon giving his last goodbyes for the year to myself at the end of the show, but we'll get to that. Your thoughts on the event as a whole and break it down on the main event. Break it down.
Okay. Do me a favor. Vamp for one hot second. I've got to go around here and put something back in the plug. I'll be right back.
Well, I will say this. Yes. The fact that Shane Knowles won against Simon Sermon determined that he was a special referee because Simon said whoever won got to be special referee in the main event.
Right.
And Shane Knowles ended up being the special referee in the main event with Tommy Too Much, our guest just a few minutes ago, and Jimmy Rave, who you will get to see December 26th at GCW, Pell City, Alabama, Pell City Civic Center against my man, the Bosnian War Child, Spiral.
Okay, do me a favor. A number of things occurred this past Saturday night in Carrollton. Of course, the main event with Tommy Too Much and Jimmy Rave, excellent match. I looked at it as a pure traditional wrestling match. You had the best of both worlds going into that. The match that actually had me... Sal Rinauro versus Tyson Dean in that ladder match for Tyson's contract with Al Getz, that actually could have main evented anywhere in the South as well. I mean, you've got some matches that were on the card this past Saturday. Rave Too Much, Tyson and Rinauro, Iceberg and Dusty McWilliams. Those three matches in and of themselves could have headlined anywhere in the southeastern U.S. Legit serious.
Yes.
If more people knew Kevin Blue as he is right now, the way that he has improved, and the match that he had with Mike Posey, P-Dog, that's another one that has the serious potential to be a main event because Posey's stature around the Southeast. Originally a referee, that's what everybody knew him as. And for him to progress and come along to the in-ring talent that he is, not to mention the fact, the guy is physically gifted to begin with. Agile, flexible, mobile, his cardio. I mean, I'm beginning to think he and Josh O'Hagan have the best cardio in the Southeast.
And they probably have 0% fat. Body fat.
And Josh is 230 proof Red Bull, but who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Ace Haven and Charles Zanders, #trending now, versus DP3 and the Britt Jackson, your feature attraction. These four guys, I sincerely feel that the BS that occurred back on November 7th cheated them so severely. because those 4 guys put on a hell of a match back then. And it was a good match this past Saturday night. And the reason why I'm holding up on the Shane Knowles Simon Sermon match, like I said, the Law of Gravity had a very specific effect on Shane Knowles that night. And I'm just still trying to figure out why to this moment. I haven't had 5 minutes to sit back and go back over the tape. I think a lot of people underestimated Shane Knowles as far as in-ring ability. And I think that he is starting to prove a lot of his so-called questioners and detractors wrong. I also have a lot to say about Simon Sermon, because he is probably, doesn't matter if he's heel face or anything in between, he still has a level of charisma that is just out there.
Okay. Shane in the ring keeps it simple, and that's what he should do.
Yeah.
He should be out there, with top wrist locks and, spinning toe holds, anything like that. He keeps it simple, and that's what he should do. That's what I really like about it. I mean, that match was really good, but he was also in the ring with Simon Sermon. Simon's just amazing. He's an amazing talent, and he's a true worker.
Yeah.
And he's probably the Jessica Jones of professional wrestling.
I don't get that reference.
What?
I don't get that reference.
Jessica Jones is a PI.
Oh, okay.
She's a private investigator, like Simon Sermon is in real life.
Okay.
She's amazing.
Yeah, everybody check out Jessica Jones on Netflix.
Yes.
See, you can see AJ Steele in his cameo as Power Man.
Yes. AJ Steele should have been Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing is Luke Cage shows his nipples a lot. I couldn't stare at AJ Steele's nipples. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Have we? I guess we have seen his nipples. I don't know. But yeah, that's a lot of nipplage. There were several people that mentioned that. So
yeah.
That's pretty bad, but still.
See, I'm going to be honest about one thing in particular, and you know me.
About 3 things in particular. Damn.
Well, this one
lie
just
about everything else, Eddie.
This one just popped into my head. The show had a very good flow to it. You go to shows and it's like the continuity from one match to the next. It's like the matches this past Saturday, the matches complemented each other. You didn't have the exact same style match after match after match. You had variables involved. And that in and of itself can make or break a show. You can have the biggest names in the industry. You can have the biggest names in the business. Drink! Brought that one back.
We don't have any alcohol, so leave us alone.
Neither do I.
We already had our wine.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, if you can have the top names in the industry and in the business and in the sport, and if they're all working the same style of match, fans will get bored. Let there be no doubt. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen at WWE shows. I've seen it happen at Impact. I've yet to see it at Ring of Honor because they do diversity. I've seen it happen at other shows around the southeastern U.S. because everybody wants to work the same damn style of match. Fans will buy into a good match if it is presented to them in a culpable, believable manner that challenges their imagination. We're asking people to suspend belief. You have to give them a reason to. And giving everybody the same cookie-cutter horse crap will get people to stop. Why do you think the numbers on the national scene, remember in the heyday of the Attitude Era, they were talking about 20 million people watching? How many people watching Raw back then? And Nitro? And now, WWE Raw, the flagship, is lucky to get 3.5 million people to watch? That should say something to WWE right there. That's why NXT is kicking them straight in the ball sack. Wick.
Eddie, tell us how you really feel.
Oh, you don't want me to do that right now.
Oh, God. Oh, Eddie's on a tear.
Oh, dear.
We got the
Reverend. Oh, dear.
We got the Reverend coming up in about 9 minutes. I don't want to have to go through absolution again.
When you look at an event like Peach State, when you look at all the different wrestling styles and all the different personalities, that's what makes the event. There's nobody cookie cutter on that roster.
Right.
Well, except for maybe Ace Haven, but that'd be from Skeletor. But if he's Skeletor, then Tyson Dean's He-Man.
Dude, Robert the Cause gave me the line of the year.
I'm drunk.
No, that would be no surprise whatsoever to those of us who know Cosper, who's probably listening right now going, I know. Saturday showcase, the Shooters Gallery. We had, of course, it's myself, Kaz, and Shane Knowles. And lo and behold, Kaz has been, he hit me with this one a couple of days ago and just left me laughing my ass off. And he wanted me to ask Shane. And I said, I'm really going to have a hard time asking this. I said, you need to be the one to ask him this. He said, no, it's going to be funnier if you do it. I said, okay, fine, I'll ask him. But I forgot what the question was. So he sent me a text, and I'm going to read straight from this. And this is what I asked Shane on behalf of Kaz the other day. Does it make Cosper gay for Ace Haven that he finds Charlotte attractive?
Oh my God. I've actually heard that before. Yes. Well, I mean, if the tiara fits, Cos.
Oh, Nelly.
I'm just going to say, it might go good with your beard.
And for the record, I can say, whoa, Nelly, I'm coming off the Alabama-Auburn game, so I'm so used to, I have flashbacks and dear memories of the legendary Keith Jackson calling those games on ABC. So anytime I've got the missing Keith Jackson hangover for about a week. So whoa, Nelly will be said a couple of hundred more times. Speaking of,
when there comes a time to actually step up, certain people do, and there are several people at Peach State that are willing to step up when given an opportunity, and I think that speaks volume for their event. And also speaking volumes, GCW has several people that have stepped up.
Oh yeah,
man, seasons beatings. You already have Jimmy Rave against Spiral. You already have Stormy Lee and Veronica Fairchild, who were wrestling for the first time in 24 years against Calm Like a Bomb Pandora. And Eddie, can we get the music?
Unfortunately, I don't have the beds lined up.
God.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't
Breaking news.
Yeah, but the jingle palette messed up on me earlier tonight. I was having trouble getting it to play.
Well, tagging, and this is, I can't believe we're about to say this, tagging with Calm Like a Bomb Pandora, Jessie Belle Smothers. Wow, that is out of nowhere.
It really is.
That is like Civil War right there.
Okay, now the damn thing wants to play.
No.
The North and the South, how fucking...
Yes.
Wow. Yes. Okay, yeah, sorry. I just picture Jessie Belle with her rebel flag gear. She has.
And Pandora with the American flag.
And her,
oh, God,
yeah,
yes.
Sorry.
And somewhere right now, Garth Brooks is going, hey, gimmick infringement.
Sister against sister. And also, what other match do we know?
I don't have anything else over here. Hopefully, like I said, I'm in the process of working with the front office, and there's some surprises on the way about getting some information out to everybody. By the way, to everybody who's been clicking through on the little promo that I threw up there, the video itself, thank you. It's appreciated. And, Wick makes a reference all the time about some of the stuff that I do behind the scenes, whether it be for Global or for their BR Network. And I have fun doing this. Granted, now, I'd originally put together a 60-second promo video, and I was having a conversation. Matter of fact, it was with Kaz, and he said, dude, too early. Make it a 30. It's like, and I went back and I went, how am I going to make this a freaking 30-second spot? So I mixed myself a Bacardi and Coke, and I sat back and looked at my screen and went, let's play. So I went back and I made it a 30. And I've got actually 3 ready to roll. Cough button from hell tonight. So we're going to have another one ready to go this coming Monday during the second hour of Raw. We being me and my 47 other personalities. I think there might be a new one on the horizon too. But yeah, and I'm like I said, I'm working with the front office a little bit more now, trying to make sure that everything gets out in a timely manner. Because, you know me. I want the people to know what's going on. And I love doing advanced PR because we've got a great product. And the 26th of December in Pell City, Seasons Beatings 2015, hashtags GCW Seasons Beatings. I'll get that right in a minute. Hash browns. Let the Waffle House people screw up my order again. So, yeah. There's more information on the way, and we're going to do a release this coming Monday during the second hour of Raw between 8 and 9 Central Time.
Wow, that's a hell of a time to release something. Just don't do it during the Marvel Civil War trailer.
I'll put it right after the Marvel Civil War trailer. I don't give a damn.
Don't do it during the trailer. It's past now. It's already past 42 million views, so it's okay.
I'd love to get that many.
42 were us.
And
yeah.
I dare you to ask me the question that you've started this week, unless you'd like to wait until after the good Reverend comes on.
Or are we talking about
our new segment?
You don't need to be wrestling.
Yes.
The new segment.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. I'm sorry. I was going to wait till after.
Okay,
Reverend
we'll wait.
Thunder
We'll
come
wait
on because we actually are scheduled for a break right now.
Yes, we are.
So, we're about to take our next break of the evening. When we come back, we're going to try to get all our ducks in a row and make them go quack, get this show back on the rails because obviously we're going off on a gravy train.
Yeah.
And a crazy train.
That's right, and a crazy train.
Crack open a bottle of Cavassier for the Reverend's appearance.
Oh boy, some Cavassier. Reverend Tubby Thunder coming up. The To Be Determined Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Howdy, friends. This is the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, with your invitation to join yours truly, along with Mark Mabo Bowman and the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, every Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 3:30 p.m. Pacific, for Beyond Ringside Live. Wrestling, mixed martial arts, sports talk, and a whole lot more. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com for all of upcoming show information, and of course, catch us on social media as well. Until then, we'll see you this Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, for Beyond Ringside Live on the Beyond Ringside Radio Network.
The To Be Determined Show live Wednesday nights, 9 Central Standard Time. Join myself, the Oracle of Ominous, the Wicked Nemesis, the Grand Design, Clyde Braddock, and the Magic City Motormouth, Fast Eddie Lane, as we take you to the edge of uncensored. Yes, we go uncensored, so make sure you have your earmuffs. Ask your parents, for those of you that are a little young, maybe under 18, but make sure if you have any heart conditions or any mental defects, please listen, because they may take effect right here live every Wednesday night, 9 Central Standard Time. Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Sunday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern here on BeyondRingside.com. Join us for the Midnight Black Mass. Myself, the Reverend Dan Wilson, brings you the dark gospel of professional wrestling, uncensored, unedited, uncut, and not for the faint of heart. You can find out more about us at youtube.com/pottyhumor or subscribe at Potty Humor on iTunes and Stitcher today.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Thank God that there's a mute, because this thing right here was digging through the ice machine. Sounded like we were fucking rounding up gravel.
Sorry.
Dear God.
Sorry.
There's a rumble in the jungle and it's in our fucking icebox, apparently. Dear God. Eddie. Before we went to our break, you got something that you wanted to add to our new segment, and so it goes. The shit that should not be in wrestling for this past week. Eddie?
Oh, Lord, there are so many. You know, the time has changed in a lot of ways in the world of pro wrestling. And I, for one, am glad that some changes have taken place, and I'm glad that some changes have not taken place. I'm glad that some... One thing that should never be overlooked is a little thing called tradition. Another thing that should never be taken for granted is a little thing called respect. Tommy said it so brilliantly, and I really want to expound on something here. The art of understanding being over in the world of pro wrestling. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Remember, you were booked to come in for a reason. True, you can get your happy ass unbooked for the same reasons. Never, ever, ever, I don't care who you are, things that should not be in wrestling. People who think they're bigger than the damn show is. Remember, if you don't get booked somewhere, that means you don't get a chance to make money. Have a little humility every once in a while. Check the ego at the door, and remember you're part of a team when you come in that dressing room door. The sense of individuality is great and wonderful, and it needs to be there. But we are all the sum of the parts when it comes to a show. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. How's that one?
Well, maybe that's very good. As we all know, we've worked events with several people like that, and they have been called out several times on here. But you have to digress to the fact of the person that actually came up with this idea. Angie, things that have happened this week in wrestling that should not be. Why are you walking away? Oh, you have to go blow your nose. I have one. I have shit that should not be in wrestling, and so it goes for our newest segment. People who wear kick pads and don't throw kicks or slap their fucking legs. You're a joke. Stop fucking wearing the kick pads. If you don't throw kicks, don't fucking wear kick pads. Please, for the love of God.
I'm feeling the immaculate urge to hit a piece of music as soon as you give me the go-ahead.
And ladies and gentlemen, our second guest this evening. Second guest tonight, but first in our heart. He's been away for some time. You asked and you received. You come from the penance, and to the pulpit you go, from the fire of hell all the way to the top of the mountain, from the skyline all the way down to the grain of grass. He is the Reverend Tubby Thunder. Reverend, how you doing this evening, sir?
Obrigado, my friends. Just hanging out in the Orient over here. Doing a little booking, being a pencil, if you will. Yeah. How you people doing? It ain't cool being a jive turkey so close to Thanksgiving.
I think all the jive turkeys survived it too.
Lord help us.
All the jive turkey.
So what it is, people? What's happening with you?
How have you been, sir? You've been away for some time. What's been going on in Reverend Tubby Thunder's life, sir, as of recently, since we last spoke to you?
But just get ready, you know, a big celebration coming up. Get ready for Christmas, and been buying some tickets to that new Star Trek movie gonna come out there. J.J. Abrams got that coming out, that Star Trek. My grandkids all want a stocking stuffer. They want to go see that movie on the 18th, and so Reverend went out and got some tickets to Star Trek.
Oh, Star Trek.
Well, how they gonna make that without Leonard Nimoy being dead, Spock? I said, they look at me like I got horns coming out my ears. How are you gonna do it without Spock?
I don't think you can. But they'll find a way, you know they will. Money talks and, of course, bullshit walks. But, sir...
No, hold on just a damn blame, man. My girl's in here telling me it's Star Wars, not Star Trek. My bad. We talking about little Luke Skywalker. And I'm talking about the Two Live Crew. I'm talking about the original, Mark Hammerhead.
Mark Hammerhead. You have been up to quite the
cock knocker, you know.
Oh, I remember the cock knocker, Jan I'll start back. Also, the trickster from the old Flash TV show. But we bring you on here, sir, for predictions. I know you have a lot of predictions. First off, what
I put the dick in predictions.
First of all, what are your predictions for wrestling as a whole going into 2016?
Well, the WWF need to put Doom in the Hall of Fame next year in Texas. But man, it'd be sucking. I won't even watch the Raw no more. Makes me irritated.
Well, I think you speak for several people on that, sir.
Well, you know, I'm just saying, I've seen better shot calling at a blind basketball game.
Well, you know, Stevie Wonder's getting a divorce, so the world must be coming to an end, correct?
Who's going to marry? Ronnie Millsap? Jose Feliciano?
There's a stranger in my house.
Actually, it's funny you bring up basketball, Rev. I do have to ask the question because the rumor had been flying around. Is it true that you performed a prayer and intercession for Kobe Bryant going into last night's game against the 76ers, and you managed to bless his three-point shooting?
You know, there's an undisclosed thing. We really shouldn't be talking about Kobe. But let me see this. The check's going to be taking care of their Star Trek, Star Wars tickets for my grandkids. I just told them to stay out of hotels between now and the end of the year.
Well, I was about to say, if it was you that did that, it worked because he went 3 for 4 on three-point shooting in the first minute and a half of the game. So I commend you for the intercession if it was you.
Well, I just got to say, you know, Kobe likes to lay hands on. So I just thought I'd help. You know what I'm saying? Got to help a brother out. If we ain't looking out for each other, who going to look out for us?
Nobody's going to look out for you, as you damn well know. You're always on your own forever, right? Yes, sir.
That's right. If it's white, it ain't right. But well, that's a whole nother story. But let's talk a little wrestling. You know, WWE got terrible. It's awful.
But there have been quite the changes in independent wrestling. It's been a great year for several people. Who do you think has been the standout for 2015, sir? And what are your predictions for them going forward in 2016?
I got to say, the Grand Design Clyde Braddock got out on his own, doing his own thing. Doing like James Brown, let me get up and do my thing. And he's ready. That boy's ready. And then you got that Spiral, the Bosnian warhead. He got it going on too. He's more street than the Reverend sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say, hey, we gotta get our Bonics guy in here to do that Bosnian boy as a favor and tell me what he's saying. If you feel me. he gets high. He gets high in the kite sometimes. You know what I'm saying? He's coming off of that black cloud rain and feeling it. He's breaking niggas down and stuff.
Some of that sticky icky.
and that too.
Amen.
Smoking hams, as Edward used to say.
There
Smoke
you
some hams.
And a hog leg.
Well, pig feet, you know what I'm saying? Pickle.
I smoked a salmon and a turkey leg for Thanksgiving.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Well, pass that this way then. Never heard of that.
Should have broke it to the left, man.
I guess so. There have been several new faces that have come through the doors of GCW. What has been your biggest surprise in your crystal ball for GCW for this past year?
That rave, boy. You know, you don't even wear them rave pants, you know, don't bring glow stick or nothing. I can't figure his gimmick out, but Jimmy Ravy, I'm just glad he put down the guitar hero.
I think that's
come to ring.
the hairspray he wears.
Oh, I don't know, maybe.
I'm just kidding.
He used to come to the ring with that Lance Hoya. He had them handlebars on his back. He must have been in the joint sometime, you know.
Yes.
He liked the little brothers wearing their pants up around their ankle. I said, hey, boy, that mean you somebody biatch. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get out of there, pull your pants or put a belt on or something. How could you run from the law if your pants are around your ankles? You just gonna trip and fall. You put in a joint. Not that kind now. Don't be letting your mind get in the 420 gut. 420 somewhere.
Amen.
Well, as we all know, it is several places, but definitely not at Eddie's house, right, Eddie? No.
Sure. Okay.
Whatever happened to little Bobby? Did y'all kick him off the network?
Yes, little Bobby's gone. I'm sorry.
Y'all can't say even me.
He's wearing a tiara now.
What?
He's wearing a tiara now, from the last I heard.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Tired up, baby. Speaking truth.
That's what philanthropists do.
That's right.
Or hermits, I'm not real sure.
Hermits, Henry 8th I am.
Nobody gets
that
joke, sir.
Ah, yeah. You watch Ghost.
There's been quite the turnaround. A lot of people in a lot of new places in independent in the Southeast. Is there anything in 2015 that really stood out in your mind that maybe your prediction, your crystal ball did not predict, sir?
Well, I never thought old Dixie, sweet Dixie. I didn't think she was going to let all them boys go end the show. That was a surprise. That surprised me, you know. Go out and get work elsewhere because they ain't paying you enough. But I want a piece of it. She's trying to make a mark, but she ain't nothing but a mark. Long rag. Something like some old lady in Birmingham run a show once a year.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Blonde Jew. Don't let it go.
Well, that's that fake gold for you.
Oh,
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that show was sponsored by Geritol and the Peers.
Oh, yeah, don't forget the nutsack money.
Oh, Lord help us. I know who you're talking about there.
Poke the bear.
I was gonna kill that. I was gonna kill that softball playing ball prick. Pardon my friend. Yeah.
Now,
he done slipped up, said that word, you know. And he didn't put the on the end. He put the like figure. But we wasn't talking Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. Now, the company that appears to be doing a lot in 2015 and is possibly going to be the company of the year, Peach State Wrestling Alliance. Have you had a chance to check out any of their stuff that they've done?
I saw a couple things on the net, the intranet. It worked, you know. I like a Tyson D. I'm glad they gave that real deal AJ Steele a chance to get in there. Him and the Pandora box. Why that girl wear a mask?
Oh, because she couldn't cut a promo for shit, so I gave her a mask, and the rest is history.
Who's that little sawed-off pecker be wearing a mask sometimes? You look like her.
That would be, I believe his name used to be Josh Storm. I don't think he wrestles anymore. I'm not sure.
James Storm, the cowboy?
No, Josh Storm, as in Little Clit.
He used to call himself the local scene.
The what?
I believe he used to call himself the local scene.
Yes.
Yes, that's how it goes, sir.
Reverend speechless on that one. I don't know. I'm just saying. They're going to try to be like somebody else.
Actually, Reverend, do me a favor. I'd like to jump in on a question. Noting the fact that all the hopscotch that's taking place, WWE's got their bit, their own USA and their own Sci-Fi. You've got TNA Impact Wrestling that's getting ready to jump to another network. You've got Ring of Honor that's making a jump to another network. You got Paragon Pro Wrestling that's jumping to 6 other channels that nobody can find. For 2016, what do you think is going to be the highlight for wrestling on television?
WWE giving up that Sci-Fi going. You would say all owned by the same folk, NBC, but they going back. Raw and SmackDown going to be WWE. They going to be all be USA, right?
NBC Universal, yeah.
Yeah, you next week or something like that. Go back, but hell, it's channel the revenue. Only I got the premium channel over here. Finally gave up them rabbit ears. And I got myself a satellite. But I don't even get that TNA channel, Operation Destination Unknown, Geographic, Pornographic, Systematic, Hydromatic channel, whatever.
Grease Lightning?
The real bushwhacker. Yeah,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying.
Yes. God, I missed you.
Oh, man. I love calling this show because I ain't got to worry about putting no filter on. The children all in bed, or they should be.
If they're not, we have tranquilizer darts.
Yeah, go to sleep, kid. Go to sleep, Craig. That bicycle, people. Nah, man, I tell you, that, you can't hire some Ring of Honor little mid-card guy to be writing a big show. It just ain't working. Like, he needs to get back with Pat Patterson and the people that used to make it thump. Let that old Paul Lee, not Paul Lee, Paul E. Yeah. Dangerous Lee. They won't make sure nobody confused that. Reverend wouldn't put that prick off if he was holding the last parachute in a plane. But he would F it up, really. Grandkids is here. I'm trying to wear the earmuffs.
Reverend, we cannot let you go without asking you your big prediction for 2016.
There's so much I can tell you. But then it would be scary. Big prediction. But I'll tell you one thing they did wrong. WWE, they should put that belt on the Roman Reigns, brought that Samoan dynasty together. that's a screw up. They missed a train on that one. But the big one, I tell you one thing, you don't even have the network. But Tommaso Ciampa, whatever the hell his name was, he worked Samoa Joe tonight.
Ooh.
And from personal sources, they say that that was box office. I will say with the big show there, the Finn Balor. They need to get that Balor up on the main roster. With no Cena, no Randy Orton, little Bobby Orton Jr.'s boy, they're struggling. No Daniel Bryan. Every time they give somebody the ball, they go get hurt.
Yep.
How the hell you gonna throw your shoulder out with a bag of trash that weighs 6.25 pounds? Damn, Randy. Get your damn kids to take out that trash. Chicken, wake up. Take out that trash. Man, I don't, on the local scene, independent, we used to really say outlaw.
Yeah.
Y'all folks too young to be knowing that outlaw. Because if you wasn't WWF or WCW, NWA, you wasn't nothing. But now it's the other way around. Hell, if you ain't indie, you look at the top guys, Kevin Owens. All these guys come out of nowhere, independent, not trained in no Full Sail, NXT, OVW, something other deep south, chicken licking, possum, one of these little farm places, people coming straight out the armory. That's grassroots basketball. That's what the people want to see. They want to see a heel in the face. Don't try to sell them something that they don't want. You go to a jewelry store, you don't want to buy no hubcap unless you can find that at the pawn shop and get a one-stop shop. Haven't been known to do that once or twice. But that's why you got many wives. In the past, they weren't happy with their gifts. They ain't talking about the bedroom, no, either, Edward. So don't be thinking they'd rather be letting down on that. They be selling all kind of boner pills at the gas station now. And some of them things pop. Pop to the Weasel. To the Weasel go pop.
December 26th, GCW returns to Pell City, Alabama. Reverend Tubby Thunder, we hope that you are able to make it out to that event.
I'm going to try to make it.
Hey, Wick.
That's the only one that I'm worried about making to see. There might be some other shows running around the area, but I'm going to tell you, folks, big spoiler. And I ain't talking about Jardine. I'm talking about a spoiler alert. If you don't want to hear it, cut the radio off. We do like a Talking Dead. Just cut it off right now. You don't want to hear it. Jimmy Rave taking on the Spiral in that tournament for heavyweight championship. Gonna be the match of the year. With 5 days left in the year, that's the match of the year. I'm telling you can write that down. Put it up on the board like a 10 Commandments, Moses coming off the hill. For real though, it's happening. Jimmy, I take all your Gimme Rave. Making the second appearance, I believe, in the company. That's where was the price of this one deal. Look at Tom Braddock, Real Deal AJ Styles, Shane Andrews, and they got the first ever lady tag match. Just Bell Smother and Pandoria, the box taking on the
Stormy
Lee. Yeah,
Lee?
they misspelled Stormy. Stormy Lee Sloan and Morgan Fairchild. That's good Lord. Veronica. That's a Veronica. Morgan Fairchild was that lady I liked in the 80s. back in the 80s. I wonder what she looked like. She still look good.
She's still hot.
Hell yeah. I
Raquel
wonder if
Welch.
it's her daughter or something.
Raquel Welch is still much hotter, though.
Who's sucking for the brunettes there?
Brunette and redhead.
The redhead just got out the bed one time. Ric Flair said that.
I get in more trouble with
Hate to quote that drunk bastard strutting around like a walking dead on the damn Raw. Jesus Lord. Embarrassing us. You're going to cry about somebody saying something in an interview, trying to get his daughter over. Good Lord. Won't you cry? And don't try to put each other over a little bit. Built like a 12-year-old boy, daughter. Got a damn nose, too, looking like Toucan Sam. Fruit Loop. That's the biggest lie in the business. Said he didn't ever do drugs back in the day. You read that book, To Beat a Man to Tell the Truth. Don't talk about Piper doing all that that blizzard down in Mexico. Yeah. But that's another story for another day. Yeah, check out the Independent Wrestling and keep listening to Be Determined on the Beyond Ringside Video Network.
Hey, Rev, before you run, you got your crystal ball handy?
I got 2 balls. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, rub them for a second because I'm going to ask you for one more prediction. And I know it's a far cry from Central Missouri and Kansas City. But this weekend, down here in the southeastern United States, we got this little game going on at 3:00 p.m. Central Time on CBS. Where the number 18 ranked Florida Gators, a state you know very well, Florida, take on the number 2 ranked Alabama Crimson Tide, a state that you have graced with your presence on more than one occasion. Right now, as it stands, Alabama 17.5 point favorite. The over and under set for 39.5 total points scored. What's your prediction for this Saturday in the SEC championship game?
Other than Gators good for making some good shoes for brother. I'll tell you what, that Nick Saban gonna come in there and roll Tide. Gonna take out gonna get that SEC championship and then go for that national championship. And what would this be, 28?
Probably.
Come on, Eddie, do your math. I know you can count to 21 without taking your clothes off, boy.
Actually, I counted 29, but...
Good Lord. Man, somebody gonna have a Yule log this Christmas.
Keep it away from the fireplace.
Oh, yeah. It's hot enough. It don't need no help. I put 2 hot hands in my pocket sometime. I go out and do a little pocket poo. Just to prime it up. Yeah, Miss Angelo there. Just to prime it, you know. Never clean the gun with your safety on. That's the rule of the day. I give some free information. And but yeah, I'll try to squeeze back on in here. I'm sorry, I've been on the oil. I told you, been doing some booking with Anoki, Nakamura, and Super Crunch, and Spicy Tuna. And I've been doing all kinds of booking over there. The Egg Dome. We used to call her Chrome Dome. Remember Jerry Stubb? Members call him out Chrome Dome. Remember Mr. Olympia?
Yep.
Probably too young. Remember that there, Wicked.
Oh, no.
You ever heard of Jerry Stubb, Mr. Olympia? And Super Olympia was Arn Anderson. I was at WrestleCade this weekend. It was good to see somebody. Yeah, you know what's good? When you and Steamboat look the best of all the boys in there. That's when you know you feel good. Yeah. But I did run into a guy calling himself King of Florida, Francisco Chiasso, the Slambino Bino, and a little turd that Tommy Sweetie, Tommy P. He called him Tommy Sweets, but Tommy P. You familiar with this fella?
That'd be Tommy Pinarelli, yeah. The Italian-American bad boy.
He said he got his bell wrong by Jimmy Ray. got knocked out. Back down the ring. I said, how was the match? I don't remember. It's like I plead the fifth.
That reminds
like
me.
When, well, I gotta say this. Someone did smart me up the other day about Temple, Georgia. One time, this guy was trying to fight the Nemesis, and he went and down, choking him out. I want to hear this story sometime when we're not on air. That way they can't incriminate us or put us in jail. Because let me tell you, the Reverend been in jail before. He don't want to go back because it don't feel good. And the oatmeal is crappy.
The oatmeal was crappy.
Oh, yes.
The Reverend got a bolt on out of here. Good talking to you white people. Thanks for putting a brother on the air.
Thank you so much, Reverend, for coming by.
Oh, yeah. You know, I wasn't all shampooed up tonight. I tried to stay straight a little bit. I'm gonna try to get me some crunk juice. I mix it with crunk juice, Angina, and a little bit of the Grey Goose.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yeah. That is a little drink with a little sour mix. You put that with a Grey Goose, tastes like Kool-Aid. And you know the brothers be drinking the Kool-Aid. Not the Jim Jones kind that'll put you out night. I'm talking about just a little buzz from the goose.
Goose
Try
gets
it.
I was going to say, you know what they say, that Grey Goose gets your girlfriend loose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should try that sometime.
The goose is loose. It's good. It's a great Kool-Aid. Some bartenders know how to make it. Don't try that hypnotic and all that crazy little drink. You know, just try to know Hennessy and Coke. Who puts that together? Good Lord. Terrible.
I put my Hennessy with my Rosé, just straight together.
Same people who put fruit in the damn beer.
You know, the Reverend used to go down to Mexico, and they were drinking a Corona. And everybody say, oh, they got to put the lime, and they got to put the lime, and they got to put the lime in it. You know why the lime goes in a beer in Mexico? To keep the frickin' flies out. Not for taste. Good Lord, white people.
But it does taste good.
Oh, you know, it does taste good. I like it a lick so can slam it, but the Reverend, it does more than make the Reverend clothes fall off. I either want to fight or that other F. And, you know, it's usually fighting.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's what they. Reverend don't need no tequilas. But that Patron is smooth.
Cuervo, 1800 silver, the best out there.
Yes.
You don't tell the damn story about the Rolling Stones and Jose Cuervo. You see that commercial? I wouldn't want to see old Mick Jagger on no Cuervo.
No.
Oh, God.
Not up close. I don't want to.
No.
Yeah.
There may still be video of me on Cuervo from the 80s out there.
Well, it has been a pleasure getting with you folks, and I look forward to talking to you one more time for the end of the year. Be safe. Thank you for your time. The Reverend is out. O-U-T.
Too
Till next time. Fire up, baby.
Reverend Tubby Thunder, everyone, thank you, sir. As always, the door is open.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm going to try to catch up singing in the ghetto sometime with the karaoke.
Oh, boy.
I hope so.
And his mama cried. It's more like spoken word when the Reverend does it.
Oh, boy. The Jupiter Turbine Show, when we come back, it's the home run round. Live Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Smart Rage from Wrestle Rage Radio, coming to you from the Beyond Ringside Radio Network. Join myself and my co-host, Super Stan Grubb, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, as we present Wrestle Rage Radio, where we rant and rave on everything in the world of pro wrestling. Sometimes we'll have a guest. Sometimes it'll be just me and Stan BSing about the sport that we love, pro wrestling. Check us out Tune in Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, only on the Beyond Ringside Network.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go fish, Dad.
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council. This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
Can you tell if the surfaces in this kitchen are crawling with bacteria that could cause chronic arthritis? Listen. You can't see it either. Wash surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
At risk of losing your home in a foreclosure, we can help. We'll deal with your bank, reduce your payments, lower your principal, buy you a new car, give you the ability to fly. We'll carve your name into the moon with lasers. We'll give you
If you're facing foreclosure, who should you trust? The Hope Hotline is a free resource connecting you with HUD-approved housing counseling agencies available 24 hours a day who can give you the information and clarity you need. Call the Hope Hotline at 888-995-HOPE. That's 888-995-4673. Brought to you by NeighborWorks America and the Ad Council.
Here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a pep talk that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You can improve your future. Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up. Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need, we've got a pep talk for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and for free classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
The To Be Determined Show live, Beyond Ringside Radio Network, beyondringside.com. Thank you to Tommy Too Much and Reverend Toby Thunder for coming on with us this evening. December 26th, Peach State and GCW both have events. And also, you have to draw a line in the sand and say, Reverend Toby Thunder, why give me the bird?
I felt like it.
Did you feel like it? I just got shot the bird live on air for all our seeing impaired people out there, because it is radio.
There you go.
You have to draw a line in the sand and come to the conclusion that 2015 may have been one of the best years for wrestling. Right?
Yes.
Yes, I do think that there were some amazing matches. And leading up, we will break down and give out awards. It's that time of year. It's awards time.
Yay!
So we get ready. You know, of course, Rookie of the Year will be up there. Tag Team of the Year. Female Wrestler of the Year. Of course.
I want to put some new categories in there this year.
Oh, heaven. We will. This year, we will definitely put some new categories. And Biggest Botch of the Year. I'm going to say it'd have to be America getting a microphone. At all. At any time.
No, not hardly.
That was pretty fucked up. But, Eddie, what does this very operation that you call a company have upcoming, sir? And how can everyone get in touch with you?
I can't call it a company that would until we actually make money. Guess what? I ain't found the way to do that yet. But here's the rundown. Seriously, though. Live programming will resume on Beyond Ringside Sports Radio this coming Saturday, December the 5th at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central with the Beyond Ringside Shooters Gallery. The showcase is back. The Trifecta returns on the 6th. Beyond Ringside Live, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Wrestle Rage Radio with Mark Rage and Stan at 9 p.m. Eastern. And at 11 p.m. Eastern, we should be back on track with the good Reverend Dan Wilson, that is, as the Midnight Black Mass, along with Andrew Alexander. Sorry about that, Andy. My bad, dude. We'll be returning this coming Sunday night. Took a little bit of a break from Back to Basics last night. The week had just gotten the best of me, and I came in, took a muscle relaxer, had a Bacardi and Coke, and went and laid down right after. I just took my laptop into the bedroom and started working on graphics in there. So, yeah. Keep your eyes open on BeyondRingside.com. Once again, of course, at Beyond Ringside on Twitter, Facebook.com/Beyond Ringside Live. I want to go ahead and throw this one out there to you, too. We made the exclusive, or actually we got the scoop this past Sunday on Wrestle Rage Radio. On Sunday, December 27th, hashtag BR Road Trip. Making the move back to Atlanta, Georgia on the 27th, in conjunction and in correlation with Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment, we will be going live from the Quad, 714 Spring Street, the Quad at the Legacy. I'll say it like that. Hang on a second. Okay, it didn't work. But once again, we're going to be going live from the Quad at the Legacy, 714 Spring Street, before Show of the Year 2 from AWE. Already slated to appear: Owen Knight, Cedric Alexander, Ashton Starr, Marty Bell, Chip Day, Gunner, Jimmy Rave, and a whole Murder One. Yes, your grandmother's favorite wrestler will be there. On Sunday, December 27th. Looking forward to it. That show is going to start at 5:30. Bell time is going to be at 6:05 Eastern. They've got a pre-show that's going to be kicking off at 5:30. Beyond Ringside Live will be going pre-show. BR Live meets College Game Day and then some. We're going to have some fun. We're still working on putting the cast together for everybody who's going to make the ride over there. I know that we're going to also be going live immediately following Show of the Year as well. So we're putting everything in place for that, like I said, and we're probably going to have some of the stars that are going to be on the AWE show in the coming weeks as well. Gunner, who has always been very gracious with his time, we're going to make arrangements to get him back on. Of course, as we're getting ready to head into the weekend of the 26th, going to have some of the stars from Global Championship Wrestling on the BR products, as well as from Peach State Wrestling Alliance, and a number of promotions from across the country, folks. The party just keeps getting bigger. And I will say this: if you have an event, pro wrestling, mixed martial arts, boxing, all of the above, conventions, whatever, and you would like to set up a live remote from Beyond Ringside Sports Radio, get in touch, beyondringside@gmail.com, or find me. That's the easy way. Email. Trust me. Everything else has just been a cluster lately. But if we can set things up, Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, South Carolina, North Carolina, love to make the trip and would love to work with you. Get in touch, have microphones, we'll travel. For me personally, at Fast Eddie Lane on Twitter. The website is fasteddylane.com. Wick.
Angie, how can everyone get in touch with you?
On Facebook, Angie Tessarian, and on Twitter, Angie Nemesis. Instagram, Ginger Goddess 1, sorry.
You know there's somebody on Instagram calling themselves Clyde Braddock?
What?
There's somebody on Instagram calling themselves Clyde Braddock.
It's not our Clyde Braddock, though, right?
I don't know. They haven't made any post yet.
Oh.
I don't know.
We shall see, I guess.
Yeah, buddy.
But at Wicked Nemesis on Twitter, of course, the Wicked Nemesis, Sevenfold Saints, the Merchants of Death, the To Be Determined Show, and coming very soon, whatareThose.com, the Facebook fan page, just for those ugly ass boots that O'Malley had on. Oh my God, he like fucking Frankenstein.
They were familiar boots. No?
Yes, they were Teddy's ugly ass fucking boots. Teddy Chatlaw the Third's like, hey man, You want to wear my boots? I'm not using them right now. And that motherfucker took them. Oh, they were atrocious. Anyways, December 26th, of course, GCW, Pell City, Alabama. For Fast Eddie Lane.
Folks, I hope you have a great week. Great rest of the week. We'll see you Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 Central for the Shooters Gallery.
For Angie Nemesis.
Good night. Good night. I'm gonna fuck you up.
I am Verbal Starburst, the lyrical expert, Mr. Terminal Intent, the Oracle of Ominous, the Architect of Intellect, the Wicked Nemesis, Enoch Tessarian. Asshole. The To Be Determined Show. Good night. Good luck. And as always, leave your week to be determined. Don't be a maybe. Be a definite. Forever forward. Simple things.
You say that like it's a question.
Well, I don't know. We got the goddamn.
He said it like our 3-year-old.
Kind of like Paul Harvey. Good
Hello.
day.
The testing technique.